Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy. Excuse me, I'm trying to get situated. I'm just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I don't take days for granted. I don't take you for granted. I'm happy and I'm grateful for you. Thank you this beautiful morning for being willing to be accountability to me. I'm going to remind you every time we come together that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous. Everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you are great. You're great because you're created in greatness, okay? You're created from Jehovah God. You are loved. You are loved, and because of that, you give love. All right. So it's Meal Prep Monday. And we come on here, like I said, it's mindset, education, accountability, and lifestyle. Meal Prep Mondays are not about food. And that's in your physical. It's not about the food that you eat. It is your spiritual, it's your internal food. All right. And I know that this year, up until where we are in this year, we're just shifting our perspective, okay? We're understanding that, as a synergy, the beginning of the year, January of every year, everywhere, people are setting either resolutions, New Year resolutions. They're writing their vision, they're making it plain, they're focused to do all these things. But we know that most of the time they don't seem to last with it. So last week I had you guys kind of do y'all, the quarter ended as the calendar, the natural calendar goes, we're into the next quarter. And I wanted you guys to just kind of reflect back and see if you're doing the things that you need to do to stay on task and stay on point, okay? Because we want to do this whole hype about writing the vision, making it plain. We want to do these resolutions. We want to do all this stuff. But the reality is, who's doing the maintenance to keep it up? All right. So we're in this season where we are learning to be intentional. Okay. I told y'all what all the things were. We're learning triggers. We're learning not to self-sabotage. Anything that you can control within yourself to stop your journey and your destiny and you from being who you are unapologetically. We're just building. I told y'all every time we come together, we build. Okay. But here's the thing. And today I think it's more of a preparing, all right? Because I feel like the next thing, so we've been conscious to just kind of see things that kind of hinder us from fulfilling our purpose or kind of throwing us off, all right? Because we get distracted. No one is bigger than distraction, okay? I think we magnify these things, or we're offended if we lose focus, or we're not like this picture perfect person that we think that we are. We knock ourselves off the horse, okay? But let's just kill that cow. Like, nobody's perfect. We're striving for perfection, all right? This journey is our journey. It's a fixed fight. We've already won. So we embrace where we are and we take the journey for what it is to prepare us for our final destiny, okay? That is never you having to be perfect. There is only one perfect being, all right? We're striving for perfection. But Jehovah God, what he's looking for is not for you to be perfect. What he's looking for is that pursuit. What he's looking for is that purpose being walked out, all right? So very clear on that. So like I said last week, go back, to this year, to the I am Nicole D. Jones on the YouTube, and just kind of go back to those things, because what I want to talk about now, and we're going to stay on this, we touched it last year, towards the end of the year, I started, but, and we start talking about your true self versus your false self. Okay. And I think in this next quarter and the next place that we're at, because remember, y'all, we're building. Okay. Where we are is we got to learn who we are and whose we are. All right. we got to understand that just because we're here naturally, we're supernatural. All right. We're supernatural in a natural place. I say it all the time. We're spirit with a soul wrapped in this flesh. So who you are and how you have come into this space in this time, whatever year you were born into, whatever year you part this journey, is purpose. Okay. Your purpose was activated on the cross over 2,000 years ago. All right. We just in such a time as this are here naturally. All right. But this ain't new. Okay. We're eternal, but that's a whole nother lie. But listen, I want us to understand that there's a true self of who we are and a false self. And the reality is we operate more in a false self because we're natural. Like our falsity comes from this natural place. I want to read something to you. Hold on. Because a lot of us don't even know who our true self is. All right. So if I ask you, and I said this before, if I ask you, who are you? Like I said, I don't know who's on this call, but I'm pretty sure Jacinta is on the other side. So if I said, Jacinta, who are you? Most of the time, what we do is we start talking about who we are in roles. Okay. She'll say, well, I'm a wife. You know, I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. I work for, or we'll go to our title. I'm an operations analyst. 3. Ooh, give me those accolades, whatever. That's not who you are. Who you are in your true self is someone deeply loved by God. That's who we are, okay? But again, what happens is because we're in this natural space, we take on the identity of a false self. Now, am I saying that, all the things that I just said, Jacinta would answer to me is false? No, I'm not. Okay. When I say false self versus true self, that is a false self as far as who you are. You're deeply loved by God. It is a true self in the roles you play. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So I feel like in this quarter, we've got to really get to understand our true self. And today, I just kind of want you to take this week to prepare yourself. Because in order for you to get to your true self, you got to deal with the false self. You have to deal with the falsity of the things that we hold on to like they are our truth, okay? And we have to understand that our false self there's more of it that's created by trauma. There's more of it that's created by negative words. There's more of that false self of you. See, we got to learn to peel the layers back in order for you to be the best version of you unapologetically. You've got to do it in a posture of submission and humility. You can't do it in arrogance and pride. Your false self can make you arrogant. It can make you proud. It can make you lose focus of the true focus of who you are and whose you are. Okay? See, so this quarter gonna get a little, it's gonna step on some toes, but it's okay. Because what I want to remind you of today is your true self. All right. And let me go to this because I want you to know that our challenge is to unmask the divine in the natural and to name the presence of God in our life. All right. Who are you? Who is your true you? All right. You're created from love, of love, and for love. That's why I say that. Okay. Our existence makes no sense apart from divine love. Okay. When you get to your true self, you're going to understand that not only are you loved by God, not only are you loved by Jehovah God, you're deeply loved. Okay. That is who you are. And newsflash, while the enemy, while the prince of this world, the prince of the air, because we're in the world or of the world, whatever it is, we're in this natural place, but we're supernatural, okay? Jehovah God knows that you're a sinner. I'm a sinner, okay? I fall short. I have to look at myself and know that I don't do everything right. And my goal is to continue to repent quickly, continue to catch myself when I do something wrong, be it if it's, dealing with someone and you was ugly, you was nice, nasty on purpose. You got to learn how to catch yourself. My bad. Like, you know what? I apologize. Listen, that thought that I just had has nothing to even do with you. I took it out on you. My apology. All right. We all sin and fall short of the glory of who we truly are. But what I need for you to understand today, that even with Jehovah God knowing that we will fall short, he still deeply loves you. He still deeply loves me. See, we gotta get to a point where we understand our true self over our false self, okay? Because then we won't sit and try to use his love and manipulate it. But we'll appreciate it, and that's what'll bring the humble posture. You think about how many times you want someone to love you. I don't care who you are that's gonna listen to me. All of us want to be loved. I don't care how hard you want to act. That's your false self trying to make you think you're hard and you don't need to be loved. We're created to be relational, okay? So maybe you're not one who needs to be loved by the opposite sex, but at the end of the day, you want the love from your friends, your family. You want the appreciation. You want all those things. You're not walking this journey just to be like, I'm gonna do this and I don't care if you like it or you don't, and I don't care if anyone likes me or not. Come on now. None of us are built that way. As emotionalist as we want to act like we are, that's a lie, okay? All of us love someone or something, okay? So when you start thinking about that, and that love of that person. So it could be a parent. My dad, listen, I love my dad. I have a deep love for my father. But my dad was far from picture perfect, okay? Our relationship was not a bed of roses and we just, like in this whole fairy tale, butterflies, all in the air around us. Nothing like that. It was hard, okay? It was honest. It was truthful. And the reality is when you have to face things like that, it doesn't feel good. This is why you got to know who's speaking into you. You got to know who has access to you and why, because you need that harsh. I need someone to check me in love. All right. So we got to know that in our true self, that Jehovah God deeply loves us, even in our mistakes, even in our mess. If we could just grab that, imagine our self-perception and how it would shift. Okay? Imagine that. Now, it's Meal Prep Monday. Why am I saying all this to us on Meal Prep Monday? Because the next few weeks, we're going to deal with our false self. And that's not going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly. It ain't going to feel good, all right? But I need you to know that you're deeply loved before we get into all of this. This is your true self, okay? I need you to know that Jehovah God loves and accepts you as a sinner. So who are we to do less than that? Who are we to do less than that? See, I'm trying to take my time and say this to you because a lot of us walk around with guilt. A lot of us walk around with shame. A lot of us walk around with our head down. So, do you know that it doesn't even have to be someone else to sabotage you? It's you. Because what happens is we hold on to things that have been spoken over us. Do you know that you have 65,000 thoughts that circulate, that are in your mind? We think 65,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of them are on repeat. They're just looping in our head. We like bobbleheads, okay? Our thought process make us bobbleheads, okay? 90% of them are on repeat. How much of that do you think are negative thoughts? Think about that. How much do you think is negative thoughts? Out of that 90%, we think negatively, okay? Now, this is why we got to do affirmations. This is why we got to feed ourselves with who we really are. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am deeply loved by God. I am so happy and grateful now that as long as I keep looking up, I have another opportunity to right my wrong. I am so happy and grateful now that I am healthy, that I am wealthy, that I am prosperous. I am so happy and grateful now that everything my hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am great. I may not be perfect, but I'm great. I'm loved. I love people. I love myself. I'm so happy and grateful now. Listen, man, whew. God, I thank you. We got to know that our true self is our spiritual DNA makeup. Stop looking at you based on your natural flaws. Stop looking, Nicole, stop looking at yourself because you got a birthmark on your face. My face is flawed. Okay? So if I walk around focused on this, focused on the moles, man, and then thank God for Geraldine Canada, because as I aged, all her freckles is coming on my face. All right? Like, stop focusing on the natural part of you when you're spirit, you're supernatural. Because here's the thing. People will throw hate and shade on us to where we'll believe the imperfections of us and forget that we were created by a perfect being. A perfect being, a perfect spirit, a perfect supernatural existence before we came naturally. I feel like I'm about to go down a rabbit hole. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. All right. So I need you to get to your true self. Somebody needs to know this. Okay. Your past doesn't define you. It just creates you. Do you know that it is the flaws of your journey that helps in the perfection of your wholeness? See, we got to learn to twist some stuff around, okay? I've done many things that is just not right. And I'm going to do more things that are not right. But I am learning to love me. I'm learning to be the best version of me unapologetically, that when I do things that are not right, I don't feel good. See, we got to stop trying to make up the natural characteristics. And we got to learn to work on making up the character of who we are. Because see, the character of you is your true self. We got to start, let's put the focus on perfecting that. All right, let's become integral. Let's start perfecting the things that are great in us, so that what we drop, the seeds we give, the legacy we leave, all of that is great, because we're greatness. All right. So that as the legacy is built and it comes, what we're giving people to eat, the seeds that we get, it'll bear good fruit. Because that's really your true self. It's not the falsity of you, but we have to learn to kill the flesh. The true self of you is spirit, right? What we see and what we operate in this natural place is the flesh. So we, by choice, in recognizing your true self, we got to kill the false self. We gotta kill. This is why we gotta learn to die to our flesh. All right. What are we feeding our soul the most with? Is it spirit or is it natural? Is it good things or is it bad? Because whatever it is, y'all know it's gonna spit out your mouth, right? I've been saying a certain word, and I told 2-3 people, like, I got to stop saying that word. I said it a lot. I stopped, and it's back. But this is what's funny to me. I said, like, I gotta stop saying that. But you know what I'm intentional on doing today? I'm intentional on killing my flesh, because that word is tied to me when I start feeling a certain way. See, we gotta learn to get to our true self. We gotta learn how to start going deeper. Man, it's so easy for us to look at the next person and read them from top to bottom. See, she act like that because X, Y, and Z, and she see da. Listen, Lucy, if we could learn to do that for ourselves, we could learn to kill this falsity that we have adapted as our identity. Okay, but your true identity is someone deeply loved by Jehovah God. That is your true identity. Your true identity is spirit. So when your flesh act up, there is something greater in you that can smack it, okay? That can make it suppress, that you continue to allow your light to shine, okay? That's what I need you to know today. And we got to stop thinking that we can take care of ourselves better than the one who created us. We want what's best. Like, we want what's best. Like, I want what's best for people. But if you really want what's best for me, why is your first posture not going to who created me the best way? Why is your first posture not to go to who created you the best way? This is why I tell you, self-control is the best control to have. It is the greatest achievement that we can accomplish. I'm not discrediting any diplomas, degrees, letters after your name, none of that, all right? Listen, we're in this natural place. There are natural accomplishments that we just want to leave, but that is not who we are. If we could really get to who we are, we would understand that we're not exempt. We're not exempt from having Oprah status. We're not exempt from having Tyler Perry status. And when I say status, I'm talking about the influence. I'm talking about the influence that they have, the voice that when they open their mouth, that people listen. And they ain't always saying the right thing. Because see, when you learn to open your mouth, everything comes. Wealth comes because the wealth is from within. So your tongue becomes wealthy, your words become wealthy, your finances become wealthy, because wealth is in your true self. All right? We got to grab this. And then the fruits of our labor. We're known by the fruit that we bear. But we got to stop looking at status quotes and natural things as the fruit we're looking for. Y'all do know that's your excess. That's just extra on top of your fruit. The fruit that you want to bear is when someone can think of you and they remember that they weathered storms with you. Nicole weathered a storm with me. Nicole didn't throw me away. See, that's the fruit I want. Nicole was 100 with me. Nicole kept it real. Nicole saw me at my lowest, in my dirtiest state, but she didn't throw me away. She covered me. She talked about me, but she talked to me about me. She waited till I wanted to share my mess to crack jokes. See, that's the fruit I want. And I believe by faith that as long as I'm chasing and I want to have the right fruit, all the other stuff will be added. Okay? Because Jehovah God will lay on a Kendall's heart to give me, she literally handed me a house. Okay? I'm not saying this to brag, but I want to encourage you that when we stay in our true self, it will stay in line of our needs being met. Okay? And then when I went and sold that house, I had to call her. I felt almost guilty. I probably felt guilty. I felt some kind of way. Because she sold her house to me, only walking away at the table for what she would need to put down on her next house, maybe $10,000. I walked away from the same house with over $160,000. Okay? In 2 years. Why am I saying this? It ain't about the money. I told y'all, money is a tool. It's a tool. When we learn to walk in our true self, I think it was 160. I had to ask my realtor. See, I don't want to tell no lies. See, I don't have to pump up or beef up what Jehovah God does. I never have to exaggerate or stretch nothing. So if it was wrong, I'll correct myself. It was over 100. Like now I'm saying it out loud. I can't remember, 131, whatever it was more than 10,000. It was more than 10% of what I don't even remember, but it was more, okay? I just want to encourage you today. What time is it? Lord, what time is it? Oh, I got 2 minutes. I just want to encourage you today that what we're going to do in this next quarter, we're going to walk out our true self by identifying our false self, okay? By identifying the things, the trickery, the foolishness, because the first quarter, we've already became intentional in how to recognize it. Now we're going to start walking it out because I want you to continue to be the best version of you unapologetically, okay? I want that. I want you to understand who you are and whose you are so that you can do it, and you can do it so submissive and humble that these things just start, Jehovah God begins to touch people and begins to open doors for you that you don't even understand. But as you walk through the doors, your flesh don't pump up. It dies. And you're able to be humble and you're able to serve other people because the highest posture you could ever have is as a servant. Whew, that's your true self. Your false self will make you think that's a lie. It'll make you think you're beneath. It is what I want when I leave this journey. If everyone could say that I served them, I've accomplished what I need to. All right. So Meal Prep Monday, it's 10:30. I want you to stay humble. I want you to stay focused. I want you to stay positive. Look, little thing is about to die too. Stay focused, stay humble, stay positive. Continue to be the best version of you unapologetically. Continue to stay here so we can meet one another and walk this together, because we're going to continue to deal with our mindset. We're going to educate ourselves how we need to. Most importantly, we're going to hold each other accountable, and our life will bear the fruit it's supposed to, okay? So I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.